What were we talking about?
I don't remember. Rabbit trails. Star Wars rabbit trails. We should call it Ramblings about the Future of Star Wars or something.
Hey there, Nomads of Lore. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Sean.
And we are Mead and Mischief, your home away from no home. Not Mead and Mischief, but Mead and Mischief.
Mead and Mischief.
All right, so today we're working on our Mandalorian video that you've probably already seen, hopefully. If you haven't, you should check it out.
Yep.
And while we were doing that, we got a little, I don't know what was wrong, but we got a little sidetracked and rabbit trailed off.
Star Wars.
Just started rambling about where Star Wars is, where we see it going in the future, where we would like it to go in the future. And so that's what we're going to talk about, or that's what you're going to see now. And we hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, and maybe we'll
go for it.
Okay. So, hey there, Nomads of Lore.
I'm Jonathan,
and I'm Sean. What was that? The mishaps of Disney. Oh,
yeah.
The real issue with.
I'll sit over here and yawn while he talks.
Right. Yeah, it was me yawning in one of our more recent videos. Each individual, in my opinion, I think we probably pretty close to share this opinion, but each individual episode, yes, they are calling them episodes, sure, whatever, movie of the new series by itself is better than any individual movie of the original trilogy. I'd probably disagree with The Last Jedi, but each one of those films by itself is really good, and it's Star Wars, and it's Star Wars back to its roots. But as a whole, honestly, I think the prequel trilogy is better as far as an idea and a concept piece, and as far as like
I think you said the original, but you meant the prequel.
Yeah, I don't know what I said, but not the original. I mean, the original trilogy. No, the original trilogy is still. I mean, it's really still the absolute best. I mean,
no, I agree with that statement for sure. Each individual film of the new one is definitely better than any of the prior three films. The only exception maybe being the third film. If you one of the new three versus that one, I don't know. I might have a hard time, but
sure.
But yeah, I think I agree with that. But then as a whole, their storyline is so screwed up because of the switching of the
directors.
I want to say producer, but director.
Yes.
I completely agree with that. It's very sad because honestly, if either one of the two directors, even though I have said negative things about who's the second guy, the one that did the.
My brain said Kaepernick, but that's the kneeling guy.
No.
What is his name? Not Favreau. He's great.
Is it Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan Johnson. You did it.
Ryan Johnson. Okay. So
Ryan Johnson.
If either Ryan Johnson or J.J. Abrams had done all three, even though I've said negative things about Ryan Johnson, but it's not really because of him. It's because he was in the middle, and JJ started something, and JJ should have finished it.
Right.
And because of all that mess, if either one of them had done start to finish with all three movies, I think we would have a better set of three than the first three for sure, and then even getting closer to the original three.
Well, if we, this all hindsight and whatever else, but if we had, they've talked about it, who knows at this point what's going to happen. I've heard a lot of rumors about potentially eventually there being a Ryan Johnson trilogy. Which, I could see that being good depending on what it was and when it was and all that stuff. That could potentially be cool. But if we had all of the pros of the sequel trilogy combined with all the pros of the prequel trilogy, you would probably rival the original trilogy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because the prequel trilogy, as terrible as it is, some of the concepts and ideas were really great. Mm-hmm. Like looking at and adding depth to the Jedi Order and looking at the flaws in these people, you know, and looking at Chancellor Palpatine. I mean, I know you don't really like the Emperor coming back, and I think that's probably kind of a cop out, honestly, as well. But Chancellor Palpatine in the prequel trilogy is amazing. I mean, just the way he manipulates everything and just
and honestly, if that had been the idea from the beginning, was to have him follow through all 9 movies, and they had done it properly, where it was more believable and not so, let's throw this other villain in there for a little bit.
For some fan service, basically. Exactly. I mean,
then I would have loved it.
Right.
I mean, because he is that character that it is believable that he could do that through 2-3 generations of Jedi.
Sure.
And almost destroy the Order, you know.
Yeah. Well, and then the sequel trilogy has some really cool characters and some really new stuff.
I honestly think that's where they mess up, is they have this idea, okay, let's look at this portion of time in Star Wars universe, and let's make something here, and let's not look at the bigger picture. And let's kind of, we'll make sure that we're doing timeline things-esque so that we don't bring anybody back, you know, or kill anybody off that's going to be used later. Or whatever.
Well, and I think George Lucas had a better,
I think when he started, he probably did.
Well, and I don't know if his script, diving deeper into midichlorians and all that. Yeah. Well, and I'm not, but it would have all fit together at least at the end, and that's more likely. Yeah. I don't know. I think George kind of bit off more than he could chew. Really, I think he had a lovely hero's journey story that was clean and really nice beginning to end. But I don't think he.
I mean, it takes a lot. I mean, we've talked about this in our own writing. It takes a lot. I mean, I don't know. We don't talk about it a whole lot on here, even though we probably need to talk about it more.
Right.
But we've been working on a story / board game / whatever it ends up being, of our own universe, and we've talked about it in the creation process, that it's I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I mean, I cannot imagine what J.R.R. Tolkien went through in his building. Like, there's just so much that you can get into as far as depth is concerned, of languages and history and backgrounds and visuals and character development, and then the interaction of characters, and then the storyline, and then are you going to have 1 book or 3 books or 10 books, or are you going to have extended universe stuff, and keeping all that together and cohesive and having a nice flow. And I mean, I'm sure, but they also have 1 million people, and if they would just get one person at the top,
to be a good, and that's been
had a good vision that could keep it all together, kind of like. Well, never mind, I'm not going to bring that. Well, yeah, yes.
Oh, I don't know what you were.
That is not what I was going to say.
I thought you were going to talk about something else.
No, I was going to talk about a video game that I backed a long time ago that is still not out.
Oh no,
Star Citizen. Everything there is running through one man, and he's got a vision, and it's good that it's running through him. It is a slower process, and that is why it's taken them 8 years to do a video game, and plus they're showing it, and anyway, completely separate thing. But yeah, I think if they had somebody at the top who had a vision and could kind of direct things, not everything had to go through them, but still be able to say, let's rein back on that, because that doesn't really fit.
Yeah, well, they needed Kevin Feige to be in charge of Star Wars from a long time ago.
Or what's his name?
No, not Fillion. That would
not
that'd be cool to see. It'd be cool to see him as an actor in a Star Wars.
What is his name? Rebels.
Dave Filoni and
Filoni.
Jon Favreau.
Yeah, those.
Well, and that's, we've said before, and we'll say it again. I don't know which video this is going to go in at this point, but
we're 17 videos in. We've changed videos 14 times. If you haven't noticed, this is part 14.
Right, kind of back to Mandalorian, kind of. But if those two guys, will be at least highly involved, if not totally in charge of Star Wars moving forward, I think we'll have a much better product, if you will.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's going to happen, but
I don't know either.
But that would be.
They seem to have the. I mean, even though it's a different format.
Sure.
Live action versus cartoon or versus 3D animation.
Sure. Well, they did Mandalorian too. So.
Yes.
But yes.
Yes. And so they've shown that they can. It's still different than the original 3, but throughout everything that they have done and been a part of,
except Resistance,
it has. Well, that makes my point just great. Thank you.
Oh no,
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying they kind of have the heartbeat of Star Wars, which is what George Lucas started out with and maybe has lost some of. I don't know. I mean, we really don't know.
It's a lot of speculation that it wasn't even him to begin with, and it was all his whole team that was the real geniuses. And who knows whether that's true or false?
A possibility.
I don't know. There's all kinds of people will speculate all kinds of different things. Mm-hmm. New World Order.
So with all that being said, we've got Cassian. The show about Cassian coming up, right?
Cassian Andor,
which Rogue One is
amazing.
One of our favorite movies.
Star Wars movies, sure.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's definitely one of the.
It's up there. It's
for sure.
It's really, really good.
So a series about Cassian would be awesome, and getting going with some of those.
Brief
characters.
Sounds cool too. The kind of a spy thriller, whatever. Him before, so he'll already be a rebel, I guess. Actually, could totally. Ooh, that could totally have characters from Rebels in it. They could totally bring in some of the characters,
some of the side characters.
Yeah, you could see like Hera in it and whatever, which would be. I love Hera. That would be awesome.
I wonder if they're. See, we need to be part of that conversation,
right? Because the Ghost definitely survives. I don't know who's piloting it, but it definitely survives all the way to the end of the last movie. What is it? The Force Awakens? No. Force Ghosts Awaken.
Force Ghosts Awaken.
Rise of Skywalker.
Force Ghosts start using touching reality. Sorry, I'm not going to get back into it. That would be awesome.
That's definitely possible.
That would be really cool.
Hondo Onaka. That'd be cool. That would be awesome.
Hondo. I love that character too.
Yeah.
So, and then Kenobi, Cassian looks like it's probably a ways out.
Yeah.
At least a couple
next
years.
year at the earliest.
Yeah.
Either one of these.
Kenobi is probably a couple years out.
Yeah, with all the different things happening with it.
Excited about that too.
Ewan McGregor seems to be still excited, and he's of course the shining beacon of the prequel trilogy. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, great actor.
Yeah,
as long as he's given a good script, so hopefully we can.
Well, and
hopefully they can get that all.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be in quite a bit of turmoil, but that's not always a bad thing.
No.
People, it's popular in the news to talk about reshoots and, this went through reshoots. Everything goes through reshoots. Mm-hmm. Even the best movies in the world. I mean, that's how that works. It's not. So reshoots and rewrites could be good or bad. It's kind of ambivalent. I know that's not quite the right word, but close enough. So it could be good.
Yep. So
future is optimistic if we choose to look at it that way.
Yeah, it's greatly optimistic. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike, give it a thumbs down. Tell us in the comments below anything that you're looking forward to in Star Wars.
Absolutely.
Or if you
are trepidatious about.
Yeah. Give us a little click on the subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already done it. That would help us out a ton. We're so excited to be here with you guys. Let us know anything we can do, anything you would like to hear us talk about or anything like that.
Absolutely.
We will see you guys on the flip side.
Bye-bye.